the escalating conflict between Russia and Ukraine has escalated the threat level to its highest level since the Cold War. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy of Ukraine has urged the European Union to show that it is on Kyiv's side in the fight against invading Russian soldiers. As Russian soldiers pummel Kyiv and other cities, Western nations have maneuvered deftly to avoid a direct confrontation with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has the world's largest nuclear arsenal and brags about it. When one of the UN's permanent seat holders intends to destabilize a whole country, the UN is constrained in what it can do. Putin threatened other nations that interfering with Russia's actions will result in consequences they have never seen before. Biden will not send soldiers to Ukraine to help stranded Americans. Biden said, "It isn't as if we are dealing with a terrorist group. We're dealing with one of the world's largest militaries." NATO has been swiftly deploying soldiers to member nations across Eastern Europe, but it has stated that it has no intentions to send troops to Ukraine. Due to the nuclear power status of both the US and Russia, if NATO or the US send troops into Ukraine to assist them in fighting the Russians, the dynamic would shift to a multinational struggle, perhaps resulting in World War III, with global ramifications. As a result, the US and NATO, as well as other countries across the world, are striving to influence Ukraine's success and Russia's failure by providing other types of support. After the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia's leaders came to believe that the eastward expansion of NATO posed a serious security threat to the Russian state. Russia's nuclear arsenal makes it a powerful force. The Russian nuclear arsenal is massive, according to estimates, with 14,000 nuclear warheads in storage, and has over 1,600 tactical nuclear weapons deployed. Many of these tactical weapons would be carried by sea, but many more would be delivered by air or even ground. In addition to nuclear weapons, Russia has a large arsenal of ballistic missiles, with conventional warheads, sophisticated cruise and short-range missiles, and hypersonic weapons. The Kinzhal. In March 2018, Russian President Vladimir Putin personally presented the Kinzhal, or dagger, as one of 6 new hypersonic weapons set to enter service with the Russian military soon. While other hypersonic platforms, such as the Sarmat and Avangard ICBMs, were designed solely for strategic nuclear delivery. The Kinzhal is unique in that it can be used as a tactical strike platform with a non-nuclear warhead, allowing for precision strikes against military targets on the battlefield. Belgorod nuclear submarine. The nuclear-powered submarine, which is reported to be the world's biggest submarine, was designed to meet a range of military purposes. The submarine was developed to house the artificial intelligence-guided nuclear-tipped Poseidon torpedoes. Moscow has gone to tremendous lengths to keep certain crucial data hidden from the public eye. Traditionally, navies conceal the screw or propeller from the cameras, but in the case of Belgorod, the opposite was true. The screws were on show at the 2019 launch ceremony, but no photos of the front portion were ever published. The submarine, which is 600 feet long, and can dive to a depth of 1,700 feet, and can displace more water than a battleship from World War I. Self-propelled 2S-7M gun. The weapon platform has been regarded as one of the world's most powerful, self-propelled guns, capable of completely destroying a building, used as a stronghold, with just one shot of the 203mm gun. The 2S-7 does not have a turret, and the cannon is mounted at the rear of the tracked undercarriage. Breech-loading projectiles, with varying charges, are among the ammunition rounds for the platform. Tsar Bomba. In 1961, the Soviet Union conducted a test of a nuclear bomb that was much too strong to be used in a conflict. And it had a different type of far-reaching influence. The Tsar Bomba was not the typical nuclear weapon. It was the outcome of a frantic effort by Soviet scientists to develop the most powerful nuclear bomb ever, pushed on by Premier Nikita Khrushchev's ambition to make the world shudder at Soviet technological supremacy. It was a city destroyer, a weapon of last resort, more than just a metal beast, too huge to fit inside even the largest aircraft. T-14 Armata tank. This revolutionary tank was first shown to the public in 2015 at Russia's Victory Day parade. The T-14 Armata tank can be controlled remotely and can fire rounds at targets without the need for crew members. Russia has now offered to create a tank for the Indian military based on the T-14 Armata. The first law of international relations is that the powerful do what they choose and the weak suffer as a result. The second rule is that, in most cases, even superpowers are unable to alter the first rule. Unfortunately, advocates of a strong US security commitment to Ukraine seem not to understand these rules. Instead, they assume that Washington will be able to prevent powerful Russia from doing everything it wants with weak Ukraine. This, however, is a fantasy. So, in order to deter Moscow, the US must have the military capability to defeat Russia swiftly and decisively, and the political resolve to do so. Despite the persistent myth of Russian military decline, however, it is not clear that US forces would be able to win a decisive victory in Ukraine.